Hello friends, how are you? In this video we'll discuss about tuple data structure in Python. Okay, so what is tuple data structure? So tuple is immutable. It's immutable means we cannot change it. Order of the data is based on the order of the insertion. So the order is based on the insertion. Okay, as we insert it. Allows duplicate data. That means in tuple we can store duplicate data. So we will see one by one all the tuple, how to define it, how to use it, how to access it. Suppose we define x is equal to 9 and here y is equal to 9, 2, 11. So here we print the x, the output is what? It is 9, and but the type is what? Type is the integer. Okay. Now where you define y is equal to 9, 2, 11. So here you display the y, the output is what? 9, 2, 11, but its type is what? It is a tuple. So if you define like this way, then the output will be the integer type. But if you define like this way, comma, if you put comma in between the values, then the output will be, the data type will be the tuple type. So here in this way, we can define the empty tuple also. So blank tuple is equal to within bracket. So if you use parenthesis, then we can create a tuple. If you display the tuple type, output is what? It is a class tuple. Okay, now any other types of data, suppose x is equal to 7. Now here we print x, that is 7, and type is what? It is an integer, no problem. But in the bracket if you put comma, now the type will be what? It is a tuple. Achha, no need to give the parenthesis. If you put comma, then also you can define as a tuple. Are you getting my point? So this is, in this way, these are the different ways we can define tuple. Next, the other ways are also there. Suppose here my list is there where the content is Jerusalem, Wat Rong Khun and Angkor Wat. So here we convert list to tuple and we can print the tuple. This is what our tuple. Next, within tuple, then within bracket we can put the values, content of the list. Okay, so in that case also we can define tuple, or we may write like this way, tuple within bracket range. Okay, so 3 means what? 0, 1, 2. So in this way also you can define the tuple, or we can define tuple like this way. So it's a string, it's a list, it's another tuple, it's an integer. So tuple accommodates all different data types. Okay, are you getting my point? The question is how to access tuple. So to access tuple, you can give tuple name and the index, tuple index. So this is what? 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. So suppose here we want to access my tuple with index. Here we want to enter the index value using keyboard. So we can put some values, index value. Suppose here, okay, execute it. Suppose index is 2, output is Angkor Wat. If the index is 0, it is what? Jerusalem. What happens if you put say 6? So it will give one error message, index error, in tuple index out of range. So the index should be in between 0, 1 to 2. We cannot put 3, 4 or whatever maybe. Achha, can we put negative index? Can you put negative index? So if it is -1, the output is what? Angkor Wat. So why it is so? Or if it is -2, if you put -2, the output is what? Wat Rong Khun. That means what? That means it is -1, it is -2, it is -3. So if you move from left to right, the indexing is what? Like this way. But if you move from right to left, the index will be -1, -2 and -3. Okay, next, say tuple access using index, just we have seen. So here we define a tuple and here we can enter index values using keyword, and we may use try and except. If it is executing properly, then it's okay, no problem. If it is not executing properly, it will execute the except part and the error message will be what? The tuple index is out of range. So in this way we can handle that tuple access. Suppose here we give the 2, yeah, 2 value is there. Okay, this one is 2 value. If you put 1, then also no problem. If you put 6, then it will be the problem, and it will give the message index error, tuple index is out of range. So in this way also, using try and except, we can handle the indexing. Acha. We can use slicings also. So we can see, suppose here, so it is indexing, say it is a 0. Okay, sorry, it says 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now index 1 and index 2, we are inserting index values using keyboard, and here we mention the indexing. So if you put indexing, say n1 to n2, so actually it will check n1 to n2 minus 1. So if you put say 1, 2, 3, that means it will check 1, 2 only. So we can say 1 and 2 means what? Ice cream and French fry. So the output will be what? Ice cream and French fry. So we can give, if it is 1 and 3, first index is 1, second index is 3. Oh, oops, sorry, it should be where it is, this one. So first index is 1. First index is 1. Okay, second index is, say it is 3. So you can see the output is what? Ice cream and French fry. Are you getting my point? So here it is, ice cream and French fry is the answer. Similarly, suppose we use the indexing like this way. Suppose indexing is what? Indexing, say 2 to 4. 2 to 4. That means what? It will display only 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means what? French fry and pizza. So just insert 2 to 4. So insert 2, where it is, this one, insert 2. Okay, then 4, you just see French fry and pizza. So in this way we can print content of the. Now suppose we want to print this portion only, ice cream, French fries and pizza. So what should be the index 1 and what should be index 2? So index 1 should be 1, and what should be the index 2? It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So here should be 4. So if you put 1 and 4, output will be what? Ice cream, French fry and pizza. So we can check it. So initially it is 1, then it is 4. The output is what? You can see ice cream, French fry and pizza. Ice cream, French fry and pizza. Are you getting my point? Okay. Next, you can see another example. Now here we can see, here one tuple is there. Here chocolate, ice cream, French fries, pizza and cheeseburger are there. But here we define indexing like this way. Colon then index. Index then colon. Colon colon index. So if you define colon then index, so it will check from 0, 1 to index minus 1. If it is index to colon, it will check index comma index plus 1 to end, n minus 1. N is the total number of tuples. And if it is colon colon index, that means what? It will check, first it will check 0, then 0 plus I, then 0 plus I plus I, 2I, then 0 plus I plus I, 3I, and so on. So we can see the output. So here we assume that index is equal to 2. So do you know what will be the output? If you put index 2, what will be the output? Okay, we can check. So here it is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So colon to index, that means what? 0 to index minus 1, that means what? 2 minus 1 means what? 0 and 1. Chocolate and ice cream. Index to colon. Index is what? It is 2. So 2 to colon, that means what? French fry, pizza, cheeseburger. French fry, pizza, cheeseburger. Then colon index. That means what? Colon 2. That means 0 plus 2, 2. Then, so the formula is what? 0, then I, then 2I, then 3I. So if I is equal to 2, that means what? 0, 2, 4, 6. So 0, chocolate, French fries, 4 is what? Cheeseburger. Are you getting prime point? Now, what if we put 3? Okay, in the comment section, tell me for the question number 7, if you put index is equal to 3, what will be the output? So please pause the video, do yourself. Okay, now if it is a 3, so you can see the output. So 3 means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Colon to index, matlab index is what? 3. So 0, 1, 2. That means what? Chocolate, ice cream, French. Chocolate, ice cream, French fry. Index to colon, that means what? 3 to onwards, pizza, cheeseburger. And colon index, that means what? 0, I, 2I. So 0, 3, 6. 0 is what? Chocolate. 3 is what? Pizza. And 6 index is not there. That's why it is so. So very useful. Please remember all this. Next, what if we put negative index? So suppose we put negative -2. So do you know? So what will happen? Now here we can see. So index is -2. So if you put from right to left, you will put -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. In this case 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -2 means what? Pizza. So that's why the output is what? Pizza. Colon index. Index is -2. Colon index means what? From negative initial to 1 left. That means chocolate, ice cream, French fry. You can see chocolate, ice cream, French fry. Index to colon -2 and onwards. Pizza and cheeseburger. Pizza and cheeseburger. Okay. -5 to -1. That means what? -5. We can take another color. -5 to -1. That means we have to print this part. Chocolate, ice cream, French fry, pizza. Chocolate, ice cream, French fry, pizza. So please download. I will upload in a GitHub. You just download and just change the index and you can see the output. How to change the content of the tuple? Suppose since already we know that it is tuple is immutable. So how can you change? Is it okay to change? Yeah. Suppose here my tuple is what? Samosa, jalebi, laddu, kachori and idli. These are the elements. Suppose you want to enter something and you want to change the content. So if you try to change, you will get one error message that is called type error. Type object does not support item assignment. That means we cannot change the content of the tuple once we have identified, once we have created. But anyhow, suppose we want to add something. How can you add something? So you indirectly can add something. So that will see later. Before that, we check if the item is there or not. Suppose here one tuple is there: milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and cocoa powder. So these are the elements are there. We have to check whether that element is present or not. Suppose is water element is present. If it is there, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So water is if water in tuple, is it true or false? It is a false because water is not there. So in that case, it will print no, there is not there. But suppose instead of water, if you write it is milk chocolate. Suppose we have written, we want to read it is a milk chocolate. The output will be what? Yeah, it is there. Just check it. Yeah, it is there because milk chocolate is there in the tuple. So in this way, you can check if that item is there or not. Some mathematical operators are there. We'll see plus and multiplication. So here one tuple is there. So if the content is Jennifer Lopez, Jay Leno, and Madonna. Another tuple is there, tuple 2, Angelina Jolie, Chris Brown, and Madonna. If you put my tuple 1 plus my tuple 2 in my tuple, the output will be what? That means what? We can merge two tuple using plus. So this output is what? So first is what? Jennifer Lopez, Jay Leno, and Madonna from tuple 1. The remaining Angelina Jolie, Chris Brown, and Madonna, this is from tuple 2. So using plus, we can merge two tuples. Okay, so we can exploit, if we can exploit this plus. Suppose we want to add some element. How we can add? Suppose one tuple is there. Here we want to add, suppose Sunny. So we can define another tuple and just plus. We can apply plus. So in this way we can update the tuple. Are you getting my point? So this is what, in this way you can update the content of the tuple. Since it is immutable, that my tuple is destroyed, it will create another tuple. It will create fresh tuple. Now one very important concept is there. So if you want to add something, how can you do? So we can see some examples. Suppose here my tuple is there, and here we want to add another element, that is Sunny. So we can create another tuple, my tuple 1, and we can add this one. We can apply add operator, plus operator, to merge these two tuple. So once we have merged these two tuple, we can get the my tuple. Here we can see three already elements, the old already elements, three already elements are there. These three elements are already there. Okay, now we have added the Sunny 2. Question: how it is possible? Now you can see here, before applying the plus operator, the ID of the my tuple is what? This one. Okay, so it is 8480. Now after applying the add operator, the ID is the different. The ID is different means what? This tuple and this tuple both are different. Both are different means what? This my tuple and this my tuple both are different. So what is happening here? So actually once we apply the add operator, plus operator, it destroys the old one. It creates the another one. So here we are not inserting something, we are deleting the old data structure and we are creating the new data structure, new tuple. Hence it is called immutable. We cannot add, nothing we cannot do. We have to, if you want to add something, we have to recreate, you have to create fresh tuple. So this one is the fresh tuple. Are you getting this? So it's a very interesting concept. Please consider it. To convert list to tuple, tuple to list. So you can see here one tuple is there. Okay, you can display the content of the tuple. If you write list within bracket tuple, that means we are converting tuple to list. Okay, once again, if you write tuple within bracket my list, in this case we are converting list to tuple. So this is what the tuple. Second one is the list. Third one is the, once again, it's a tuple. So if it is a square bracket, that means it's a list. But if it is a parenthesis like this way, first bracket, then we can say it is a tuple. So if the data set is there, if it is like that, that means it is a tuple. But if it is like that, E, B, C, then this is a list. So this is what list, this is what a tuple. Tuple is what? It is immutable. We cannot change it. But list we can change it. Suppose we want to change content of the tuple. So what we can do? We can convert first tuple to list. Okay. Change accordingly. Then reconvert from list to tuple. So in this way you can get new tuple with inserted values, with modified values. We can see the use of multiplication of 5. Suppose in my tuple, two elements are there, Bezos and Ronaldo. And if you write my tuple is equal to my tuple asterisk 5, that means we are multiplying this content 5 times. So we can execute it. We can see here Bezos, Ronaldo 5 times are there. So this is what? First time, second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. Are you getting there? Now suppose if you put 2 here, then what will happen? So it will appear 2 times. It will appear 2 times, first time, second time. So can you use minus 2? Can you write minus 2? Can you multiply with minus 2? No, it's empty tuple. So you can check it. So can you write division? No, the error is there. Okay, type error is there. So can you write minus 2? No, that also we cannot do. So only plus and multiplication we can perform, and we can get the answer. Next, some useful functions in tuple. So we will see these are very common functions are there. Length, count, index, sorted, min, and max. Okay, so here my tuple is there. Here Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Cristiano Ronaldo, Elon Musk, and so on. So two times of Elon Musk are there. So first time we want to know the length of the tuple. So how many elements are there? We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there. So in that case, the output will be what? In that case, the output will be, the output is 5. We can see length. If you print the length of the my tuple, output is 5. If you want to count how many how many times Elon Musk is there, so the output is 2 because of this 2 times. Okay. Acha. What is the index of Cristiano Ronaldo? So 0, 1, 2. The answer will be what? 2. Now we can short it. We can short it. So it is sorted alphanumerically. Alphabetically it is sorted. First C, then E, then J. Okay. Suppose another tuple is there 9, 99, 7, 77. So if you write max, it will return 99, and for min, it will return 7. Okay. So in this way, you can use length, count, index, shorted, max, and min. Now packing and unpacking, it's also very important. Suppose 3 variables are there, X, Y, and Z. X contains Selena Gomez, Y contains Emma Watson, C contains Priyanka Chopra. So if you write my tuple is equal to X, Y, Z, that means here we are defined one tuple. It is called packing, and we can define that my tuple. Similarly, suppose one tuple is there, the content is what? Fan Bingbing, Taylor Swift, and Emma Watson. Okay, and if the content is A, B, C, so the output of A will be what? Fan Bingbing, B will be what? Taylor Swift, and C will be what? Emma Watson. We can see the output. So this concept is called unpacking. Okay, so this is what packing, this part is the unpacking. Achha, what if here we put, here we assign more than one variable A, B, C, D. Here 3 variables are there, but here we define 4 variables. We are receiving 4 variables. We define 4 variables to receive, and if you execute it, we can get an error. That error is not enough values to unpack. Expected 4, but got 3. Here we are expecting 4, but here only 3 variables are there. 3 elements are there. So definitely it should not be. Similarly, can you reduce number of? So here 3 elements are there, but here we are defining 2 variables. So if you execute it once again, we are receiving the problem. So too many values to unpack. So too many values are there to unpack. It should not be the. It should be the same. Okay. So if you put C 3, so here 3 variables for 3 elements, then it's okay. No problems here. Okay. So to handle unpacking, we can use asterisk. So we can see here. Here 3 variables, 3 elements are there, and here 2 variables are there, A, comma. If you put asterisk B and if you execute it, we can see the output of A is what? So this is what for first one. So this is for A and this is for B, which is in the list. Actually it is what? It is a tuple, and A contains Fan Bingbing, and remaining part, if you put asterisk here, it will contain the remaining part of the tuple. So remaining part is what? Say Taylor Swift and Emma Watson, and it is in what? It is in list format. It is in list data type. Next is what? Next is type iterations. Loop. How can you use a loop? How to iterate? So one tuple is there, and we want to iterate it. So for E in my tuple, and you want to print it, we can get the output. Here we see we want to multiply the element, so you just define multiple is equal to 1, and here multiple is equal to multiple into E. E is nothing but the data 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and if you display the mul, and the output will be what? 105. So in this way we can iterate the tuple elements for E in my tuple, and if you print E, it can get all the values 1, 3, 5, 7. So instead of that, we can also range also. So tuple is what? So length of my tuple is what? It is 4. Okay. Range of my tuple means what? Range of my tuple is range of length of my tuple is what? So range of 4 means what? 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this is for 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So output will be what? 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, now delete a tuple. Suppose we want to delete a tuple, yeah, definitely you can delete. Suppose we want to tuple is there, we want to print it and we want to delete it. So we can execute it, you can easily delete it. But if you want to, we want to display once again, we have deleted, but we want to display once again, and if you execute it, we can receive an error that is called a name error. My tuple is not defined. Since we have already deleted, that's why for this particular line, we'll receive an error exception. Are you getting my point? Now, what is the difference between tuple and list? So we define list using square bracket, and if you define tuple like this way, so list is immutable. That means we can change the content of the tuple, content of the list, but tuple is non-mutable. Immutable means we cannot change. Okay. Now, list cannot be used for the keys for dictionary, but tuple can be used as keys for the dictionaries. Are you getting my point? And that is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.